Thank you for watching CTR TV. I'm Christy Olds with your 5 in 5. We'll get you up to speed on 5 topics in 5 minutes. The legislative session is now underway. It started with Governor Dan Malloy delivering his final State of the State address.
History will judge us by our actions this year, this session, to build a better, fairer Connecticut. So let's get to work.
Malloy set the starting point for this year's budget negotiations by putting forth his proposed budget adjustments. His plan includes increasing the conveyance tax rate to 0.85% on sales prices up to $800,000. It would increase the rate to 1.4% on any amount more than $800,000. That change is projected to raise an additional $23 million in the next fiscal year. The governor's proposal also eliminates the property tax credit, which is capped at $200. State Representative Laura Devlin of Fairfield says neither of those proposals addresses the bigger picture in the state.
It all comes back to the fiscal state of our state. And if we don't get serious about really turning our state around, I am hopeful, because last session was the first time that, we passed a bipartisan budget, but we also passed a budget without tax increases. So if we can, we've got a lot more work to do, but if we can continue on that path, our state has a spending problem, not a revenue problem.
Malloy also proposed allowing municipalities to set up charitable organizations for public purposes, such as libraries, allowing the donations to be deducted on tax returns to help offset the changes in the federal tax reform plan. Malloy's proposal is just the starting point. The legislature will now draft its own budget. Senate Majority Leader Bob Duff of Norwalk was the first guest to be part of our Capitol Conversations series here on CTR TV.
We're rounding the corner of some of our greatest challenges that we've had, and I think we're coming out of it stronger.
Senator Duff talked about a number of issues, including what he feels will impact this year's legislative session and the upcoming elections, and the best way for realtors to be involved in the process. He also talked about personal topics like his rescue dog Molly. Duff is a realtor and says he will fight any efforts to increase the seller's conveyance tax as part of the budget.
Well, I posed it last year in the budget, and it came out. The governor knew where I stood on that issue as well. So, is it going to keep coming back? It probably will, but it's a matter of who stands up and if there's enough opposition to it. So it's even more than just me. You need other folks to stand in opposition to it as well.
Senator Duff says he will also oppose proposals to place a statewide property tax on second homes. He doesn't believe that idea has much support anyway. You can watch our Capitol Conversation with Senator Duff at ctr.tv. Smart MLS recently reached an agreement with Realtors Property Resource, or RPR. It means information from Smart MLS will be available as part of RPR's National Property Database, and Smart MLS members will be able to access data reporting tools through RPR. Smart MLS CEO Kathy Elson says members expressed interest in RPR, and they're proud to now be part of that network.
There's no additional MLS fees. It's an NAR dues benefit included in your NAR dues. RPR indicates it'll take about 2 to 3 months to map the MLS data into the system.
RPR is funded by the National Association of Realtors in part through members' dues. The Eastern Connecticut Association of Realtors welcomed a leader from NAR to its first ever conference and tech expo. NAR Chief Economist Dr. Lawrence Yoon addressed the ECAR members in Mystic. He talked about the strong demand for mid-priced homes in Eastern Connecticut, which is increasing property values as the economy continues to recover. Yoon says the high property taxes in the state continue to be a negative factor.
One has to wonder how to revive the Connecticut economy. There is certainly a need for government service, but at the same time one has to wonder whether there is sufficient incentive for businesses to remain in Connecticut, as well as attracting more businesses to come to Connecticut.
Yoon also encouraged all realtors to get involved in any issues that impact housing and the market. State Senator Tony Wong of Fairfield recently met with members of the Mid-Fairfield County Association of Realtors in Westport. Wong spoke about the importance of getting realtors involved in the state government process, including in the upcoming elections. He also discussed how the state budget impacts the real estate industry. Senator Wong is also a realtor. That's your 5 in 5. I'm Christy Olds for CTR TV.